This is broken. This is broken. This magically still works. Kinda. It's not actually supposed to be on right now. It's actively breaking as we speak. Well, it didn't. It wasn't broken. Now it is. This thing is very, very broken. This is broken. Hello everyone, Sunny here, and welcome back to another episode of Truly Bedrock Season 1. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different than normal, and we might not end up getting that much progress done because of issues with the 1.13 update. If you guys are aware, 1.13 just released for Bedrock Edition, and man, this update has some issues with it. If you have not seen my Bug Rock of the Week episode, I would highly suggest that you go watch that and definitely upvote the bug reports on that episode because it's pretty serious. The biggest issue that I know a lot of people are having, besides like lighting glitches, which you can see up there, is realm crashes and rollbacks. So basically, if you're playing on a realm, which is what Truly Bedrock is currently playing on, then your realm could just crash and revert back to its latest save. And typically, this will make you lose like hours and hours of progress, which is not helpful at all. Especially for like a multiplayer SMP, yeah, it's not been very good. It's very discouraging. So for a solution to this, there isn't really one. For Truly Bedrock, we're actually looking on moving over to a dedicated server. Hopefully we can get that figured out and up and running in the next couple of days or weeks. And then we won't have to rely on these extremely buggy realms, because man, realms have just been getting steadily worse for like the last couple of months, and 1.13 is just critical at this point. The realm rollbacks are not acceptable. All right, so now that we've gotten that out of the way, I'm sure you guys want to know when I'm going to be releasing tutorials for all of the broken things. All of the things are broken in this update. I'm currently talking to the developers like Megaspud and Cornerhard, actual Bedrock Edition developers, and seeing when we might get a new update or when certain bugs are going to be fixed. So the last thing that I want to do is like release a fix, and then, you know, 1.14 rolls around and then that fix is kind of irrelevant. So I'm trying to like strategize which fixes for things to release first. That way we don't waste anybody's time. But for the time being, if you have any form of broken farm in your world, like for instance, the broken, you know, raid farms or the trident killers or zero-tick sugarcane farms, then I would suggest that you just like not worry about it for the time being. I would suggest that you focus on some other projects, as there are many to focus on. And then hopefully we get like a hotfix in the next couple of days or weeks, and then we won't have to really worry about things because things will be back to a somewhat normal state. And the final thing I should probably talk about is bugs. If you guys have any form of a bug, please do let me know in the comment section down below. There was many comments on the Bug Rock episode, like 1,000 comments on that video. Ridiculous. Keep it coming, and I will be making several more Bug Rocks here soon. I already posted the one on the most critical bugs, of course, but I'm gonna be making a couple more for the smaller bugs, and then hopefully we can help out the developers try and fix this update and get some like emergency hot fixes out. Okay, so I'm flying around the shopping district right now, and my elytra is invisible, and like it just looks like the most stupid thing in the world right now. If Prowl will get into the air, you'll see that his elytra is also invisible, and it just looks hilarious. What even is this? We're the most graceful, beautiful sky dolphins ever right now. Oh, this is amazing. I mean, if you're just flying around with an elytra, it actually looks proper, but like right now we're just like sky dolphins. Oh man, this is beautiful. It's either that or we're Iron Man, but you know what? I want to be a beautiful, graceful sky dolphin, and nobody can take that away from me. For reals, like, this is beautiful. I feel 100% more fulfilled. And oh my god, what is even happening in my inventory? Why am I all the way up there? And like if I move around, yeah, okay, this is so strange. What? Oh god, now I'm down there. Man. I'm gonna be calling out stupid random bugs like that all episode because I actually like play this game and I notice all kinds of different things, like just that damage right there. Like, why'd the screen go so far to the right? That's weird. Also, I had to turn off view bobbing because they completely ruined view bobbing, and now everything seems a little bit too flat. I don't know. I've been playing with view bobbing for years. But yeah, basically, I'm just gonna be calling out all kinds of weird and random things all throughout this episode. Like, oh god, even the crouching is jittery. Oof. Yeah, that's bad. And also, I just noticed literally right now the dragon head. It's clipping through the block. But why? Did the hitbox of this get messed up? Oh yes, it is. Wow. Apparently, Mojang added kinetic energy in this update, so now we can actually die from flying into walls. And that should have been some serious concussions right there, but yeah, apparently we now have kinetic energy. It was actually really convenient to not have, you know, the damage from flying into walls. However, it's in the game now, so we're gonna have to learn to live with it. And that means that flying's actually gonna be like dangerous more than it already is. So right now, as you can see, I am not wearing any armor at all, but I clearly have jump boost and speed, and I can fly, which is pretty incredible. I am clearly a superhero, and my name from here on out shall be Super Pigman, and that is the only thing that you are allowed to refer to me as. And as you can see, I cannot die either, so clearly an immortal. So 1.13 isn't all bad, of course. There are quite a few, like hundreds of bug fixes, and I'll make a video on those as well shortly. But we did actually do a lot of stuff in between episodes. You guys may or may not know, we actually do a lot of live streaming from Truly Bedrock. If you're interested in those, the live streaming link is down below, and we stream about 4 times a week. So on the most recent Truly Bedrock stream day, where everyone got together to do live streaming for the day, we actually, of course, did the trick-or-treating and stuff that we set up in the I guess that was a couple episodes ago, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Scheduling is difficult. But anyway, as you can see, we have quite a bit of human fecal matter from Tis Tom. He likes to throw that around. We also got a pretty decent Halloween joke. You know, why did the zombie cross the road? Because Mr. Onion was on the other side. And yeah, that a little bit too soon, 0 cheese. But yeah, we actually got quite a bit of nice things. Like, we got a Elytra from a trick-or-treat system. And I feel really bad because I put, like, you know, poison potions and, like, you know, diamonds and, like, very low effort things into my trick-or-treat system. And then some people did, like, full-on treasure hunts. Slack Lizard did a full-on treasure hunt for this box right here, which is pretty cool and pretty decent stuff in there. I'm a fan of it. You know, some dead trading llamas as well. Nice. And then, you know, Jesse B gave us more than double stuffed Oreos. We have a couple cubic meter of Oreo cookie. And then in between that, we have 64 times 25 cubic meters of Oreo stuffing. And that is delicious. I do love myself some Oreos, but man, this is also kind of ridiculous. Why you gotta do this to me? Jesse, come on now. But yeah, as you can see, we got some pretty decent stuff from our trick-or-treating session. All right, so all the trick-or-treating stuff is packed away into the storage system. I'm not entirely sure what to do with all these Skittles and, you know, the random signed Foxy t-shirt, the poo, the treasure map, or a random piece of Foxy's skin. I have so many questions behind this. Like, this is just gross, and that's coming from a pig man. Like, I have flesh peeling off all the time, but I don't give it to people. That's like gross. You throw that stuff away. Jeez, compost it, do something. That's just gross. And like, he's not even undead. So where did he get this from? I don't know. I have too many questions. And then I'm thinking that we'll probably use some of this Oreo stuffing for a retaliation. I have actually quite a bit of the Oreo stuffing, and we have several pranks that we need to retaliate against. So I would go ahead and work on some technical things like the villager trading hall, for example, but with the realm rollbacks and the sheer amount of broken things in this update, yeah, we're just gonna kind of chill for today's episode and try and get done a little bit of work on the village. So I've actually done a lot of work on the village in between episodes on live streams and the like, and I've actually hired a few armed guards to defend our village because, you know, we've had several prankages going on. So this guy right here is kind of cute and tiny. He doesn't really have any arms. He's just kind of like, you know, saying to stop right there, you criminal scum. So hopefully people will abide that and stay out of our village. But we also got another little robot over here. He's kind of cute. He's gonna like do something with those grindstones. I don't know. He could probably like grind off your face or something. That's kind of brutal. Yeah, you don't want to fight these guys. They're mean. We also got a couple more guys on this side of the village. He's just gonna punch you into a cactus because that's what you deserve, trying to infiltrate my village. We got another one of these guys with the grindstone faces. And then we also have a nice little farming robot in here because, you know, I can't farm this entire village by myself. The other pigmen, they are far too lazy. So yeah, the robots are actually doing pretty nice. Like, he says things. Yeah, look at that. He's super happy. He's adorable. He loves his job. He is a super happy farming robot. So I've also been doing a lot of work around the village, just trying to add a lot of detail and aesthetics and nice little, you know, just details to the village, trying to finish up this entire village project. So as you can see here behind our actual main house, we have quite a nice little wheat garden, little bits of wildflower, melons and pumpkins for lighting, you know, just trying to prevent mob spawns inside of the village. Like, we've had that same zombie up in that tree for literally months. We can't have things like that. So we're trying to light up the entire village in a nice way and also decorate it at the same time. And so far, I think things are coming along pretty well. So we have this wheat garden going around the backside of the actual house, and then over here we have a little bit of a wildflower and melon garden. I think it's looking pretty nice as well. And yeah, just overall nice little, like, you know, untidy garden, and it just kind of looks wild and a little bit crazy and natural, and I'm a fan of it. It looks pretty decent. And then on this side over here, we have a little bit more of a groomed, like, tulip garden. This one is much more well maintained. We got tulips and different kinds of flowers everywhere. It is a lot of flowers, but that's kind of the point of having a flower garden, isn't it? Sometime in the next few episodes, I'd really like to finish up this entire village and get all the detailing done and really just make this place look like pretty awesome. And then once we've finished up this village, we can actually go ahead and work on the main base, which is going to be completely chocked full of redstone and farms, and it's going to be kind of amazing. And that base is going to be off on the other side of the world. I haven't really talked about it too much in this series, but I do have some plans for it. And yeah, I just kind of want to finish up this village. So I think the first thing that we're going to do right now is go ahead and actually, you know, do a little bit of decoration to this area. We have a nice little pond right here. We're going to kind of expand this into some more detail and just kind of fill in this side of the village. So just trying to get a few leaves for the decoration that I'm doing, and I might have noticed a bug. Look at the sheer durability. Like, it's taking a lot of damage very quickly from like not that many leaves. I can mine like maybe a stack of these leaves before the shears break. It just seems like it's taking way more durability damage than it really should be. Like, maybe it's mining the leaves several times, I don't know. But like, just from talking, we've basically already broken this pair of shears. And I don't use shears that much, but I'm pretty sure these things had more durability before. Just saying. Oh, Tiz Tom thinks I'm using them wrong. Well, you know what, Tiz Tom? You might be right, but yeah, there goes my shears. I didn't even get to cut down like this top of the tree. Jeez. We have quite a few different inhabitants in this village. This baby zombie has been here for absolutely ages, and I don't know if he thinks I'm actually a pigman or something, but he basically has never attacked me. He's clearly never going to despawn. I need to give him a little nudge. There you go. You see, I help baby mobs. Look at that. He's adorable. He just needed a little help getting up there. And I think we should go ahead and give this guy a name. So if you got a name for the baby zombie, let me know in the comment section down below, and we'll name him in the next episode. So I also went ahead and decorated a whole bunch more of this back side of the village. Pretty much got it completely done. I added a nice little sunflower patch right here. Just, you know, an area specifically designated to sunflowers because they deserve it. They're nice. What else can I say? Also added a whole bunch of different like grass and little like jack-o'-lantern areas for lighting. You know, just trying to give this place a lot more light and just, you know, character. And then I also added quite a bit more detail down here with the flowers and the grass, little bits of bamboo. This is actually looking pretty nice now, I will say. I do like it. Would very much like to have this in my own yard. And I extended the path going up here to our potion brewer house. I'm not sure if I've ever showed this on camera on YouTube, but this is something that we also built on live streams, and because of pathfinding bugs, we can't go in through the front door. We have to go in through the wall. So yeah, in here we just have some basically instant one punch or one touch potion brewers. You can press a button and instantly get 3 potions of your choice, and it's pretty convenient. What in the world? Why even? How did they even get on the roof in the first place? It's hard for me to even get up there. Why? What dorks. Oh my god, now he's upside down. Oh my god, my entire world is falling apart and I don't understand anything anymore. There's still a few areas that really do need some decoration, like this back area by the iron farm, and honestly, that iron farm in itself should probably be torn down. We had the older iron farm there before. I tore that down for this newer design, and this newer design never worked in our village because you guys know how it is. Bedrock Edition likes to just not work the way that it should. Triggered. But yeah, anyway, we need to decorate this whole area, make that thing actually look somewhat decent, and then we need to decorate a couple of areas in the center of the village, and maybe spruce up some of these buildings, and then finally just kind of like decorate the inner edge going around and get a building right there, or just maybe make like a nice proper garden over there. Once we have that done, we'll pretty much be more or less complete with the village. We also have to deal with the ghast, of course. I'm not entirely sure what to do with the ghast. I was intending on making a ghast tower at one point, but I don't think those really work on Bedrock. So maybe we'll move him down into the laboratory. I think that would be a pretty good place for him anyway. So the ghast actually just shot at me and it hit the scaffolding and it didn't even like blow up the scaffolding. So like, oh, there he goes again. Yeah, like, look at that. He blew up the ball thingy, but it didn't even break the scaffolding. And that makes me think that, like, a ghast cannon would be completely pointless anyway. If you can't even break scaffolding, you're not a very good weapon. Overall, I really like all the progress that we've made on our village over the last couple months. I know I'm not like the quickest builder in the world, and I'm definitely not the good builder, but I think it's turning out pretty okay. The buildings are kind of meh, and there's a few things that really clash, but you know what? It's my village. No one else has a village exactly like this one, and if they do, that is extremely improbable, and how dare they take my uniqueness. So it is now a while later, and I have learned something. If you ever want to get good or, you know, better at parkour, you should make a parkour course out of the tops of bamboos, because man, that stuff is hard to jump on. But anyway, I have actually done a bunch more work around the village, so let's check out what we've gotten done. As you guys have already seen, we have like the tulip garden over there. We got the wildflower garden over there, and now we have the lilac garden because I have too many flowers, and you can blame the people on stream and also Jesse B and Killadrone for selling flowers at just extremely low prices. I have all of these flowers and I need to get rid of them. So yeah, this is why we're like going full on flower force now. So yeah, we got a nice little lilac and allium garden. Hopefully no cows pop out of these things. And then on this side of the village, we now have the peonies over here, which are looking pretty cool. I'm not really the biggest fan of peonies. I think they're kind of like bright, but whatever, I gotta get rid of the things. And yeah, now they're all the way along this edge of the village. I also went ahead and just kind of refined some of the paths on this side of the village as well, going around this gate. It was a little bit messed up before from the construction of that. And I also just went ahead and installed lighting, you know, trees and leaves, refined this whole area. I think it's looking pretty decent now. And honestly, the village is nearing like 80% completion. The main thing that we need to do is go back and do a little bit more detail work and figure out one main build for this corner, get rid of that ghast and put it in the laboratory, and more or less the village is coming to completion now, and I'm really happy with it. If you have any other suggestions for things that we should build in the village specifically, whether it be farms, decor, little bits of detail and secrets and Easter eggs, let me know and we will add that sometime here in the future. So I hope you all enjoyed today's episode and just enjoyed the more chill, laid back style of not particularly worrying about getting too much stuff done, because like it could all just be Thanos snapped immediately and we would have no choice but to accept it. It's a great paradigm to live in. Anyway, thank you all so very much for watching. I do hope that you have enjoyed. If you have, then of course make sure to leave a like on the video. It certainly does help out the video and the channel significantly. If you're new here and you want to see more episodes like this in the future, then of course be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you all down in the comment section and in the many more videos to come. Thank you again for watching, and then there was silence.